Hello friends, Jules here from FGS, and I know your video game library isn't exactly getting any smaller as the years go on, is it? And with so many new games vying for your attention, it's likely to be swelling to bloody bursting point. Well, call me the absolute devil, because I'm here to tempt you with some brand new video games that are dropping in August 2024, and that you desperately need to play. Number 5, Squirrel With A Gun. Now, honestly, I could just point heavily at the title of this game and clock off for an early lunch, as the ability to play as a squirrel with Glock horror, a gun, really should mean that this title forces its way into your video game library. But you know what? I'm going to work for my nut, and I'm going to tell you more about this utterly deranged title. For you see, this isn't just an action spectacle game in which you control a rodent toting their favourite firearm. No. This is actually a light puzzler as well, as it's your task to blast agents en route to finding your golden acorns. This means that your gun is also a means of traversal, firing you into the air to providing a double jump of sorts, or giving you a lift over an object that would otherwise block your path. Therefore, as much as the promotional footage would have you believe that this is balls to the wall bloodshed, your brain might actually also get a workout as well, thanks to figuring out which weapon will let you advance through this oftentimes unhinged sandbox world. Think Goat Simulator, but the goat is a squirrel and the squirrel has a gun. Seriously, like I said, the game really does sell itself so well with that title, and you too can go nuts with a 9mm on the 29th of August.
You should always be cautious when interacting with squirrels, as they are known to carry diseases, and in some cases, large firearms.
Number 4, Trials of Mana. World of Mana is widely regarded to be one of the best RPG franchises ever made, and in 2020, one of its most popular entries, Trials of Mana, got a remake that you simply have to play in August for several reasons. First up, Trials of Mana is considered a quintessential RPG. If you're a fan of classic Final Fantasy style games and haven't played a game in the Mana series, then this is one you need to play. The remake polished and modernized the graphics, but that's about it. The mechanics and story are incredibly faithful to the original 1995 game, for better or worse sometimes. I mean, sure, it's got some dodgy dialogue and boring NPCs, but that's part of the charm, right? The next reason that you have to play this game now is that there's a new Mana game coming out this month. Visions of Mana is set to release on August 29th, and it's the first new mainline game in the franchise for almost 2 decades. So, jump into this classic and get caught up on the world of Mana before this point. And finally, Trials of Mana is free to play right now if you're a PlayStation Plus Extra or Premium subscriber, but you only have until August the 20th to get it. How Long to Beat claims that it will take about 20 hours or so to make it through, so it isn't quite the mammoth task you might expect from an RPG, but it is worth every bloody second. And if you're still on the fence, Trials of Mana has a free demo available on Steam, allowing you to dip your toe into this RPG epic without splashing any cash at all. It's also available on Switch and even iOS and Android, so get on it!
We're finished! Yeah!
Number 3, Black Myth Wukong. With its frenetic combat, spectacular bosses, and gorgeous Unreal Engine 5 visuals, Black Myth Wukong has had us waiting on the edge of our seats for years now, which is great news then that it's about to launch this very month. An action RPG based on the Chinese epic Journey to the West, aka The Monkey King, you play as an anthropomorphic monkey armed with a magical staff, as well as the power to transform into other creatures and who knows how many other intriguing gameplay mechanics. From the previews, we know that combat is as satisfying as it is challenging, with all manner of enemies trying to cut us down. Add to that the richly detailed graphics, and it's safe to assume that we're in for an immersive experience like nothing else this year. And I'm saying that after Shadow of the Erdtree dropped. Now, while developer Game Science definitely has some controversy surrounding it that we actually spoke about in a previous video, the game itself is undoubtedly one to watch if you're a fan of Souls-likes and are looking for the next thing to conquest. Releasing August 20th, 2024 for PC, PS5 and Xbox Series X and X, Black Myth Wukong could be something truly special.
Cleanse the world with blood and grow lotuses in it. That is your destiny.
Number 2, Tactical Breach Wizards. It's always nice in gaming when you learn something new, and if you play Tactical Breach Wizards, you're going to fall in love with the word defenestrated, an innocuous term that would give you no idea of how rewarding it is to pull off and how freaking cool it is to do even 100th times in, because it's all about kicking people out of windows like a bloody boss. If you're into turn-based strategy games like XCOM or Capes, you're going to love Tactical Breach Wizards. Think Chimera Squad, but with a dash of magic and a sprinkle of cheekiness. This game is all all about tactical breaches where you use your guns and spells to fight enemies like the Druid Mafia, and you're a loose cannon private investigator witch. You can plan each move meticulously and even rewind your actions to perfect your strategy, which is super handy for those of us with a memory worse than Dory. Your squad gets upgrades and perks as you advance, so you can keep enhancing your operatives without the worry of having to tackle anything overtly hard if you don't want to. Instead, Tactical Breach Wizards has tough side objectives to unlock cosmetics, and I'll admit you got me there, as I will definitely fight tooth and nail for a fancy coat or wizard's hat any bloody day. Each turn lets your characters move once and take one action. Special abilities like Jen's Wind Grenade or Zan's mana-powered extra actions lets you bend the rules kind of a little bit. Mana is gathered from side objectives, which adds a nice layer of strategy, but the real bit of magic pixie dust though is this: the story. It's a cleverly written mystery and the banter and world building is top notch. Plus, you get to play a detective with a literal corkboard and red string between missions invoking your inner Charlie Day, which definitely helps the game feel like more than just a tactical shooter. And right now you can play a demo on Steam, so check it out before its eventual release on the 22nd of August.
Together, there's no threat they can't stop. As long as they can get there by public transport, they can rewind every time they screw it up. And there's an easy mode if they need it. Tactical Breach Wizards.
And number 1, Star Wars Outlaws. So how does an open world Star Wars game sound in which you play as a lovable smuggler able to explore the furthest reaches of the galaxy? No, don't turn off this video. Look, I'm the first person to see a Ubisoft game or new Star Wars property and let out an exasperated sigh, so much so that the oxygen leaves my body and I need immediate CPR, but we've never really had a proper open world Star Wars game, and here at FGS we can't help but have a teeny tiny glimmer of hope that Outlaws might be the surprise hit that overcomes both Star Wars and Ubisoft fatigue to become one of 2024's surprise hits. Set between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, Star Wars Outlaws promises a dynamic world to explore that will respond to your actions and narrative choices. Missions have also been designed in a way that lets you tackle them however you see fit, whether that's going in guns blazing or taking a sneakier, stealthier approach. Combine that with the fact that the game has 5 huge handcrafted planets for you to explore, and Star Wars Outlaws might just be a space adventure unlike anything we've seen before. If you enjoyed Starfield, then this might scratch a similar itch for you, and if you didn't enjoy Starfield, then this might just be the space exploration game that you were looking for. Star Wars Outlaws comes out right at the end of the month on August the 30th, and will be playable on PS5, Xbox Series X and X, and PC.
This is the life of an outlaw. A life where you fight, explore, and infiltrate parts of the galaxy you never thought possible. There are opportunities at every turn, and if you're willing to take the risk and defy the odds, the galaxy is yours for the taking.
And there we go, my friends. Those were some games that you need to play in August 2024. Hope you enjoyed that, and let me know what you thought about it down in the comment section below, as well as any other games that you would have put on this list instead. As always, I've been Jules. You can go follow me over here on my social medias, where it's at RetroJ, but the O is a 0. Hope to speak to you soon, and I'll catch you later. Bye.